Oh, hello and welcome to another video. It's another video from my back garden. I was going to say new back garden, but we've been here about 9 months now, and I haven't stopped, to be honest. Inside and out, lots of renovation, lots of decorating, plus trying to get out here and do all the jobs I want to do in the garden. Just not enough hours in the day. Anyway, up here is the link to the original video where I first started the Dead Hedge at the beginning of the year, early January. Since then, it's progressed. Part of that was due to me putting an advert on the local neighbourhood Facebook page asking if people wouldn't mind me collecting their old Christmas trees. Once Christmas was over, I stood them outside the door. Could I go around and collect them? And in the end, I got about 65 Christmas trees. Most of which I went around and picked up in the truck. Some people were kind enough to drop them off to my address here. But anyway, they were cut up and made use of in this section here. Before I turn the camera around and show you it fully, I'm just going to go back in time and show you what it is like at the beginning of January. So this was the Dead Hedge the last time you saw it, which was just this section here. Nothing going along this back to this brick pillar, and certainly nothing any further along that way. Here it is now. So this section here, which is the first section I did, pretty much up to height now. I mean, this is always going to be added to. It's always going to decompose and rot down and continually be added. So you continually feed the dead hedge, as it were, which is good because the amount of cuttings that I can create is going to be very useful for me. This section here I'm really happy with now. That's the sort of back section where the sleeper wall at the back of the garden is, so blocked off the view to that garden there. This one here we've worked down. I've got this last section of posts in, and we're just working up now, building this up. If you remember, there was sort of a weird section of fencing the houses that back onto the side of our garden here. They don't tend to use the backs of their gardens, so they've kind of gone a bit wild. So this metal, you can see here, this metal fencing's all got a bit twisted in with the logs. And if my dog did ever get down here, I'm a bit conscious of him getting here, which is part of the reason this dead hedge. Main reason is it's wildlife friendly, but it's also a nice barrier if the dog did want to try and get out. The good thing is the wildlife can get to and from the gardens. It's a natural hedgerow effect. We've had lots of birds in here, as you just saw in some of the clips. Lots of robins, lots of sparrows, blackbirds, and some wrens. Absolutely loving it in here. And I've got another eight posts. Just go here. I'm going down to where those conifers start there, and yeah, that will be the end of the run of the dead hedge, but still a fair bit to fill. So throughout the year I'll be collecting cuttings, different size logs, trying to keep the bigger ones at the bottom and the smaller stuff, the brash, towards the top. So I'm really happy with how that's coming on now. It's amazing what difference sort of 3 and a bit months makes with that. So later in the year, I'll be posting more updates on the Dead Hedge. Hopefully it'll be at full height. If not, it'll be quite close to completion. Either way, you'll be getting another look of how it's coming along. My next major project in the garden is going to be the large wildlife pond, just a little bit further back behind me. As you saw the other week, I had to create a smaller emergency wildlife pond because a customer had found some frogs born in their garden and I needed somewhere to put it for them. So the next major job is the sole intended wildlife pond, not the emergency one. You've also seen me create the fence with the field gate and the RSJ posts, the raised sleeper planters, the mini wildflower meadow, which is just down this way. An update on that probably in a month or so's time. They're coming through lovely, but I want to wait until they're a little bit more substantial to look at before I do another video on those. And I've also created a bird and pollinator friendly planting area up the other end, which I'll show you in this little clip here. So it's got some nice viburnum hedging, which is great for the birds nesting in the summer, and it's got the winter berries that they can eat and a load of pollinator friendly plants on the floor there. So lots to do, as well as my business job. Anyway, thanks for watching. I'll see you on the next one.